Well, following the bombardment of an hospital in Gaza, which has led to the unfortunate demise of at least 500 persons. I feel, so sad about this whole event, and I feel the world is, feeling the pain and the heat of, innocent lives being snuffed out by, terrorists. And I feel that Hamas have actually messed with the wrong set of persons or people or wrong country this time around. Unfortunately, their base is suffering, from, what I call a reprisal attack. But then Israel has come out to say they know nothing about the bomb blast. Well, what the question is, who now made that happen? Because it's right in their base. The Palestinians are suffering under what I call, a harbor of the likes of Jonah. When you see something, please say something. War is never, or terrorism is never anything to play with. It's just like keeping a snake and saying, well, it's still small, no problem, I'll feed it. And of course, when it grows, no problem, it will know me. No, whether, it stays with you or it's outside there, a snake is a snake, and it's as poisonous as ever. It's so sad to have, this event happening just around this time. Well, at least 500 people have been killed in the bombing of a hospital in Gaza City, the Palestinian Health Ministry had claimed. A spokesperson for the ministry said in a statement, initial estimate indicates that about 200 and 300 martyrs were killed in the bombing that targeted Baptist Hospital in Gaza City. Well, the ministry later revised the figure to at least 500. AP en route to report it. Well, the Israel Defense Forces are investigating what happened at the hospital. Israel military spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said there were still no details on the hospital's death, adding, we will get the details and update the public. I don't know to say whether it was an Israeli airstrike. Palestinian President Abbas declares 3 days of mourning following the bombardment. According to state media, Abbas details and all updates the public. I say I don't know to say whether it was an Israel airstrike. Well, like I said earlier on, Israel has come out to say that they know nothing about the bomb blast. Israel coming out to say they know nothing about the bomb blast. Israel ministry says it had no involvement in an explosion that killed hundreds of people at a Gaza City hospital, and that the blast was caused by a misfired Palestinian rocket. The Hamas-run Health Ministry in Gaza says an Israel airstrike caused the blast and that it killed some 500 people, many of whom had sought shelter from an ongoing Israeli offensive. Well, the Israeli military, however, said Palestinian militants had fired a barrage of rockets near the hospital at the time. Well, we will bring updates as they unfold, because now it's still been sketchy as to what actually led to, or which of them did that. Just like one of them is claiming that it could have been a result of a misfired rocket. These are all errors on the part of humans, and that's why we need to be very, very careful. As much as possible, we need to stay out of trouble. You see, it's never the best. I mean, Ukraine, it will take years to rebuild Ukraine. It will take decades. And look at what is happening now. Not to now talk about the lives that have been lost, the lives that have been snuffed out by innocent lives. And that's also to say, like I said at the beginning, when you see something, please say something. Don't be a harbor for terrorists. Don't be a harbor for terrorists. Don't be a harbor for terrorists. When you see something, say something. And we will be able to avoid quite a lot of things. It's so sad having this happen, in Palestine. And these are human beings, and of course, whether we differ in religion and belief does not change the fact that we are all humans and we have the right to live. And so, if anybody comes up and says he wants to snuff life out of somebody, or that somebody does not have the right to live, then such a person should be treated as a terrorist, and of course, dealt with decisively. Well, this is still serious matters here at Tonif TV, and still coming up are several other, updates that, we already did the videos earlier on. But then this particular one, please do drop your comment, make them simple, and say, let us know what your opinions are with respect to what is happening, on that side. For me, like I said earlier on, I think Hamas has messed up with the wrong set of persons or set of people, or even the wrong country, because Israel, it is well.